We're live. Back again. Guess who's back? Shady's back from a road trip. Yeah. It's been a long week. Getting settled down. Trying to post some more videos here. I just talked about the Flash stuff. The Flash movie update. Just talked about that stuff. I think the movie might be good. I don't know. It might be good here. I'm waiting for some people to join here. Trying to talk about this James Mangold thing that happened the other day, which I thought was amazing. James Mangold is my hero. And it's not the first time he says something that got controversy. I remember him saying something about the Snyder fandom a while ago, and he got a bunch of shit for that. So he likes triggering the sensitive fandoms. But yeah, I mean, he just defended his movie. I want to talk about that. But first, yeah, if you haven't seen my Flash video, which many of you haven't yet, because I just posted it like an hour ago. Yeah, DC fans eating good. DC fans eating fucking good right now. You kidding me? Totally look forward to the Flash. And we will talk more about the Flash as the stream goes. And the guest has finally joined here a minute into the stream. Let me get him up here. K-Dots in the house.
Yo, what up, everybody? What's up, Lantern? We haven't seen you in a while, and you just disappeared on us. Just disappeared.
It happens sometimes, all right? I'll be gone for like 2 weeks. You won't even know it, all right? And then I come back and wreck the world, okay? I make the world move.
Hey, it's all good. As long as we can see you again, it's all good. That's all that matters.
Yes. How you been doing, man?
Things been good. I mean, nothing bad at all. I know you're most likely gonna talk about it, but that teaser of a suit today, they didn't show a full suit, but they showed something. We'll save it for the topic. I was excited about that.
Yes, a Supergirl suit, right? that's what we're talking about, right?
Yeah, it was Supergirl, right?
Yeah, it's Supergirl, 100%.
Dude, I'll be honest, I was not sure if that was a woman's chest or a dude's chest. I was like, a chick or a dude. It looked like it was pecs. I was not sure what that was.
Definitely A cups, for sure. I don't know, but yeah, I think that's they came out and said it was Supergirl. At least that's what it looks like with the red on top of the Super S and everything. That's a topic we can get into here in a second. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, I want to talk about the James Mangold thing. That happened a couple days ago, and I was blown away by it. At least the polar reactions from it, if you know what I'm saying. Like the completely opposite reactions people were having. People were either saying that James Mangold was a crybaby, or they were calling him their hero. Like there was that kind of opposite reaction going on with James Mangold.
So what did he exactly say? Well, you told me he basically went at fans who was having, critique of the movie.
Right. Yeah, let's get
I just want to see what he said. Hopefully he's not pulling a Ryan Johnson.
All right, well, here was the tweet, the original tweet by Matthew somebody. Just a random person, with movie opinions that everybody has. To anyone thinking Indiana Jones 5 might be good, let me just point out, number one, Steven Spielberg not directing, Kathleen Kennedy producing, Harrison Ford is old, and written by some random person that's, What's funny about this is that all this is wrong. all of this is wrong except for the Steven Spielberg part. Okay. Kathleen Kennedy is producing, but she's also produced every other Indiana Jones film going back to Raiders of the Lost Ark, so that's not strange at all. Steven Spielberg is also producing. He's executive producer on the movie. And James Mangold, the man who directed Logan, is going to be directing Indiana Jones 5. And James Mangold wrote the film. So I don't know where he got this Jonathan Cage. I don't know who that is. The guy who wrote Solo. He's not part of the production list of Indiana Jones 5 at all.
It's probably most likely, I'm just assuming he's probably one of those people that, look, I hate her too, but it's probably one of the people who hate Kathleen Kennedy, the whole Star Wars thing, probably one of the people who hate, Star. I mean, I hate the sequel trilogy, but there's a group of people that like actively hate the stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's associated with them. I'm just saying he may be a part of that.
Yeah, I'm sure he doesn't like the sequel trilogy. That's why he even brought up Kathleen Kennedy. You know, if everybody just liked the sequel trilogy, her name would have never been brought up ever. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because nobody talks about the producers when the movie's good or like entertaining. No one talks about those producers. It's always when it's bad. Then you try to find the people to blame for it. But anyway, this is what James Mangold, the director of Indiana Jones, this was his response to him. He says, "Thanks, Matt. Number one, keep making the world a better place, crapping on things in the first week of production from your basement. Two, never seen a script by John. Nothing against him, but just reality. Buttersworth and I started from a blank page, and 1 through 3 are hugely talented and all at my side." He's all talking about Harrison Ford, Kathleen Kennedy, Steven Spielberg. So, you know, that was his big slam dunk moment on that. I can't.
Well, he checked. Look, and this is the thing. Right? Has this person tried to argue with Mangold?
Yeah, they had a back and forth and stuff. I mean, we have to go through all of it. I can't find all of it, but yeah.
So basically, you had to pull a Kathy in versus Grace Randolph.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. We got yeah.
It's situations like these. You really don't look. I understand how this person may feel, right? Even though he just made up a bunch of stuff. But if the director is directly coming to you and they come and check you, because the director is directing the movie, obviously they're going to know more about us, the common people who are going to watch the movie. It's best not to fight. It's best not to fight the people that know more than you in the certain thing they are in. It's best not to fight. Is if you don't know, and if you're going based off lies, you're going to make yourself look like a fool. And I imagine this person made himself look like a fool today.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing to see the amount of people that are like split on it. Like some people like have this Matthew guy's back and just say, oh, it's just his opinion. Well, I'm like, you know, that's great and all, but your opinion is influenced by nothing. Like, it's like,
I mean, that's not even an opinion because it seems like he's stating a fact. Like Kathleen Kennedy is producing. That's not an opinion. I mean, it seems like he's stating like this is what it is. This is not an opinion. If he says something like Kathleen Kennedy possibly producing or whatever, different story. But he said Kathleen Kennedy is producing. That's you stating something that is either true or not. He's stating Kathleen Kennedy is producing. That's not an opinion. That's you solidifying something and saying like this is what it is.
Which is true. I think she is producing the movie, but that's along with other producers as well.
Well, even the Jonathan Kazan thing, the Mango that's Jonathan Kazan. He hasn't even touched the script.
Yeah, Mangold doesn't even know who he is. Like he's never met him. Like nothing against him. Yeah. But yeah, it was amazing. And Mangold went a little off. You know. Went a little crazy here. I'm gonna find it. So hold on, let me fix these windows here. I'm gonna find what the rest of Mangold said because he kind of went off on people because I can imagine being irritated. You know that people are already starting this narrative about Indiana Jones 5 about how it's not going to be good because of some arbitrary things that they've created. Like Kathleen Kennedy's no good because of the Star Wars sequels, which I get where people are coming from, but like, what about the other 30 films that she's done? Is that the other 60 fucking projects she's been on that have been great?
It's just with Star Wars. I don't trust Kathleen Kennedy with Star Wars. Yeah, she did pick Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni for Mandalorian. Cool. She finally made a good decision. Finally, her first good decision out of all her other bad decisions for Star Wars as of recent. She finally made one good decision. I give props to her. When it comes to Star Wars, I just don't trust her. Now, when it comes to other stuff, I can't really say much about Kathleen Kennedy because she has been around producing stuff for a while. It's not like she just randomly popped up and she's somebody fresh in the field.
Exactly.
It just when it comes to Star Wars specifically with her, that's when I lose my disconnect with Kathleen Kennedy when it comes to Star Wars related stuff.
Yeah. I mean, she's been around for a long time since Raiders of the Lost Ark, and she was also produced Jurassic Park. So, she's worked with Steven Spielberg and George Lucas like a lot. Like these people are deeply intertwined here. Um, so, I can't imagine that she wouldn't be on an Indiana Jones film. But anyway, like that didn't bother people back on Indiana Jones in the Last Crusade when Kathleen Kennedy was on that, or like what was the last one called? The fourth one, the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Or I'll be honest, people
Yeah.
most likely didn't know because it wasn't really like until now as of recent when people started caring about producers, executive producers, all this other little stuff. Even as of recent, people are starting to care about hairstylists and stuff, barbers, and all this other little stuff that nobody cares about in these movies and stuff. Like, it's like I think, look, this is me. I don't care who produces stuff. Like, when it comes to films, for me, it's on the director, the people acting, and even the higher ups who even approved it. I don't go to like, oh, this makeup artist here did not do this. Like, it's all on. I'm gonna go to the root of the thing, the director. They're the one who oversees things. They're the one who makes decisions. They direct the movie, so it's always going to fall on the director at the end of the day. Not saying every issue has to, but when you take on the role of director, you are taking on all of the other stuff that's part of it. You're going to take that on. You got to. But I don't care about producers. I care about producers. It depends. But I don't care about all the other little stuff that is not really that important for me.
But yeah, I completely agree with that. I mean, the director is the head honcho that's approving a lot of things. They don't even really make designs. Like a lot of people, I know we go back to Zack Snyder, of course, but like a lot of people think he came up with like the Superman-esque and like all the designs for the movie. It's like, no, like that's a team of people that he was just approving. Like he was just saying, oh, I like that design. Like that's how a lot of these movies go. Peter Jackson, Lord of the Rings, like he was approving a bunch of different designs from hundreds of different people. Like it's what George Lucas did on Star Wars. This just happens. But anyway, Mangold made a bunch of different responses. I think these are some of the more interesting ones. It's mind blowing that a director of a movie took a time out to defend his movie and go against all these people like starting to manufacture like hate for Indiana Jones 5 before anyone's ever seen a frame of the movie, which is what happens all the time. I think the manufacturing of outrage happens all the goddamn time. Yeah.
Is he replying to that Phantom Menace Ryan dude?
I think that's. I know. I can't.
I think that's his Twitter. That's his Kennel Ryan. I think that's the Phantom Menace Ryan. Yeah, I got no issue with it. I'm just saying that's Ryan from the Phantom Menace.
So yeah, so he's talking about they can splurge about him, but he's supposed to stay silent when they come up with like clickbait things, because they don't like Lucasfilms, right? They don't like the direction the Star Wars movies went, so they're allowed to trash anything coming out of there now. So yeah, that was one. Yeah, he was getting real upset about false info. Snark so-called journalism is going to confront it directly. What does it say? Direct or forcefully? In my opinion, these clickbaiters like to dish it out, but like Nightcrawlers can't stand the light. I mean, like this Mangold guy was fed up, or he was having like really bad diarrhea and he was just on the toilet all day. He needed something to do.
Hey, look, I'm gonna say this. Mangold, I'm not sure what other films I've seen by him that he directed. I've probably seen his other films, but I saw Logan. He did wonderful directing with Logan. I give him props for sticking up and actually saying something, calling out people who are going around making up false stuff. Yeah. But this thing for me, I'm not sure if I'll watch Indiana Jones 5 because I've never really been a big Indiana Jones 5 fan. My only issue with Indiana Jones 5 is basically Harrison Ford. This man is too old to do anything. He can't even jog. Like, I'm gonna give the movie a chance. But it's like you don't need a fifth movie because the actor is too old to even continue. He's done. This guy can't even jog.
Yeah, some people say they should have even made the fourth movie. They should have even made that one. I agree. The Crystal Skull. Just don't make that movie. I don't have much of a problem with that movie. A lot of people hate that movie for like 3 specific scenes. Say the fucking the nuclear bomb with the fridge,
The nuke,
Shia LaBeouf,
the nuke. It was the nuke, the aliens, and the Shia LaBeouf stuff. The nuke, aliens,
that's
Shia LaBeouf.
the three big things. But like there's a lot of different things in that movie. I don't mind. I like the alien things. It makes me think of Ancient Aliens, that show. Aliens. Yeah. Are you tweeting your opinion, Joe, or do you like to run for office to legitimately tweet your opinions? I don't know. He was going off on people. He didn't take no shit. I like that a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, he kept going all day. It was like 12 hours he was going on this shit.
This is a moment where James Mangold said, "Screw my PR team. I'm getting into the trenches. And I'm going to do their work for them."
And I guarantee you, he got called by WB. They're like, "You can't go on Twitter for the rest of the production." They took his Twitter.
They probably told him. They probably told him, "Look, at this moment, you got to chill. Stop going at the fans. Just leave it alone. Let them say whatever they want to." Because that's the thing. At the end of the day, it's best to just let people say whatever they want. But this is the thing. Let your product prove them wrong. Let your product prove people wrong. I'm not saying Indiana Jones 5 will be great or prove us all wrong or be, I don't know. But maybe it may prove a lot of people wrong. Maybe the people who have these criticisms about it before it even releases, they may be right. Their predictions could be right of what they think the film may be. It's just at the end of the day, trying to fight everybody, and it's like when if I put out a video, I can't fight everybody in my comments. If I put out a video that does really good, gets like tons of views, I can't fight everybody in my comments, especially if a bunch of people are against me. It's like, just let it go. The only thing I can do is either let the comments go, turn off the comments, or just not even care. It's best just keep it moving, because once people have their opinion set on you and about you, it's not going to change unless you prove them wrong later.
Of course,
with actions. So you prove them wrong later with your product, with your creation.
Exactly, and I feel like a lot of people do create these misconceptions about movies before even learning anything about them. Like, what I'm saying, just like if you looked at who's the director of this movie is, like who's producing it, and looked at the cast, you'd be like, oh my god, this Indiana Jones 5 movie is going to be fucking bomb. Like, you just look at who's involved here. Like, these are, they got the guy who played Hannibal in the TV show. What's his name? Mattis McKillen. He's in Death Stranding too. He's in this movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, George Lucas was a co-writer on the screenplay. The original guy who created Indiana Jones. So, people like to run with these narratives that are created by people like in the Star Wars fandom. What are they called? The Phantom some
Phantom Man. Yeah, it's ever since the sequel trilogy came out, the Phantom Menace, and look, I don't got issue with most of the members. I like some of the members, some of the members. I don't have an issue with the Phantom Menace in general. It's just that's what they do. That's their content. But what I noticed is once the sequel trilogy came out, anything it's almost a Phantom Menace against Disney too in general. It's like not even Star Wars, just Disney. Even Indiana Jones 5, which is under Lucasfilm, which is now under Disney and stuff. Yeah. It's like it's all they're trying to just attack it all. If they see Kathleen Kennedy even on set, Phantom Menace is gonna make a video. Kathleen Kennedy on set of Indiana Jones 5. She's directing the movie. Like that type of stuff. Yeah. It's ridiculous. And I don't agree with it. That's their thing. If I don't have I don't have time to be doing that stuff, but that's their thing. That's how they make their content. So they can do what they want to. They can have their opinions. Not saying their opinions are right, but that's what they got to do to keep themselves afloat on YouTube.
Oh yeah, I mean it's all for money, right? It's all for to get those clicks, to get that cashy money. And I think Jeremy from like Geeks and Gamer, he came out and said one time that like he only does it to get clicks. Like he will create outrage just to get those clicks. I'm like, all right, well, like, I kind of don't believe anything you say now as far as your opinion goes. Is it your opinion, or are you just saying it just to get the clicks, just to appease the audience you've already built up? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of shit that really bothers me about that Phantom Menace, because like it doesn't feel like anybody that's talking in those videos is genuinely saying what they're feeling. Like they're just saying it to get their base going. You know what I'm saying? So they can click on more stuff.
It's like this. Yeah, and look, it's like this too, because I do agree. This is the thing. When you have so many people, like so many associations and groups, like Phantom Menace is damn near like a group. It's a group of people. It's a group of people, and it's a business. Jeremy and them, they got their business, right? Mm. And a lot of them are going to say the same thing. When you associate yourself with a certain group of people, and it's not to say that everybody's going to have a unique idea. It's like there's a few people in these groups that stand out the most. And the ones who stand out will have the different sort of opinions and stuff. You can probably be able to see both sides. When I look at a lot of Phantom Menace people and look at their videos and stuff, I don't dislike many of them, but a lot of them have the same opinion. It's like I'm hearing the same opinions, the same thoughts, but it's just a different person. It's just a different voice. Mm-hmm. And that's going to happen. Let's say I was a diehard Zack Snyder fan. And I'm a big part of the fandom. I'm probably going to be saying a lot of things other Zack Snyder fans are going to say, but it depends but how I can stand out is how I can articulate my ideas and stuff, what I have to say. And, even if I can see a different perspective and stuff on different things, if people are against Zack Snyder, how would I go about interacting with them if I agree or disagree, or, I would just go about it. But a lot of people in certain groups, especially if there's a lot of people, they're going to say a lot of the same things, and it's going to be very uninteresting because they're saying literally the exact same thing. It's really a small people inside any group that stand out and say something different. But when I look
usually, if you do that in that group, you'll get ostracized, right? You'll be like, oh, there's something wrong with that guy. He's saying something completely different than what we believe. Which definitely went on with that Snyder call. But anyway, yeah, I'm proud of Mangold. I'm proud of Mangold for taking a day out of his life to just like try to fight back against this manufactured outrage that was happening with it, because it happens with most of these big movies coming out, and people won't give it a chance. You know what I'm saying? Especially now, if you didn't like what Mangold did, let's say like you hated what he did, you're not gonna like Indiana Jones 5 no matter what. Like no matter what that movie does, they have a preconceived notion going in. You know what I'm saying? 100%.
Hey, look, hey, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm like that with certain directors and stuff. Like, but it depends. If I see a director who like has a track record of just effing up and just boom, they either make just average to below average stuff. It's like I'm going to have some certain thoughts about what they're getting into next. Indiana Jones is a different product from Logan. Totally different product. Logan is a comic book R-rated film. Indiana Jones is an action adventure film about a guy who goes into tombs and gets artifacts. Totally different genres and stuff. So this thing, I like what Mangold did with Logan. So I'm willing to give him a chance. If I didn't like Logan and didn't like his take on Logan, I probably wouldn't be so willing to like give him the chance. But see, I would watch it though. I would have these thoughts of like, he could do bad. He might do good. But I'm still going to watch it though. Because at the end of the day, I will watch a bad movie. Guys, I seen Captain Marvel. I wasted time and watched Captain Marvel. I had predictions that it would be bad. I didn't know it would be bad. I just predicted that this movie would be a bad movie. And I was right. But I still watched it. A lot of stuff I will still watch. But I'll give an example of stuff I just stopped watching in general. Terminator.
Yeah.
Terminator, I just gave up watching. I didn't watch Dark Fate. I didn't watch that Terminator. I watched a little bit of Genesis, but I was like, I'm done with Terminator. I was like, I probably would never watch the series again. Because after Salvation and stuff, I was like,
And I was fine with Salvation, but like at that point, I'm like,
yes,
I don't.
It was Salvation was average. It was average at best because I was like, you're missing Arnold, but you got Arnold in the movie, but he's not the T-1000 that I know from Terminator 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
He just popped up in the movie for like maybe 5 minutes and then he's gone.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for the Mangold talk. I mean, I think we say all this I was going to say about that.
Shouts out to James. As long as he doesn't do the Ryan Johnson thing of like Ryan was doing, how he was going about it.
Yeah.
Which I understand why Ryan did it, but Ryan was like not admitting his own faults with his own product. He was like, he was being real douchey. Mm-hmm. He went about it the douchey way. Like, you can fight for your stuff, but he went about it in douchey way, like telling people like, you know, I wanted to subvert your expectations, you know, freak your lore and all that stuff. Just, mm-hmm. I was like, it's Star Wars. You got to make good. You got to make changes that make sense. And Ryan Johnson made changes that did not make sense, and he defends these changes that do not make sense. It's like, I get it. It's your own product, but you got to be honest about your own product. You got to be honest about your own product. If you cannot admit that your product is either good, bad, or it has some faults in it, it's like, you might just be full of yourself at that point.
Yeah, and he might come out like a few decades from now and say, "Yeah, I made a mistake with that Star Wars movie." he might.
Oh, no. He won't. He won't. I think he's dead set on how he feels about it. He's like, you know, freak these fans and stuff. I wanted to do what I wanted with Star Wars. He's like, freak these fans. He honestly does not give a fuck about what the fans think. Phantom Menace, or even probably even the people who like the movie. He wanted to go in there and do whatever he wanted, probably for himself. So,
yeah, but what do you think about the Flash suits?
We only seen logos. We only seen just the chest pieces. Now, I like that. My favorite one so far is honestly the Supergirl poster, simply because the suit and logo was very similar to Henry Cavill's S and the same material of his suit. Like, you can see like the same design and stuff. It's the same material. So it looks like they're still, you know, keeping some of that, keeping little hints of Snyder influence in it, which is fine with me, because I really like that Man of Steel Superman suit. I think that's like a perfect modern day Superman suit.
Yeah, and in my video I talked about how it's very similar, but there's subtle differences that it feels like they are going to.
You see differences in.
Yeah.
Let me look at it again. It was definitely differences in the color. I think the Supergirl suit was a lot brighter.
Yeah, and the S, when it curls down at the bottom here, it cuts up back into this. That's not what Henry Cavill's did at all.
Yeah. But also, the suit is a lot brighter, and I like the red and stuff. The emphasis on the red, like, it's a lot brighter. I like that.
The red on top looks great. Yeah. Yeah, I like it a lot. And I feel like that's the kind of stuff you want to take from the Zack Snyder universe, is like the suit designs, you know what I'm saying? The way the movies look, because they do look different than like the Marvel films. And like you have to distinguish yourself in some way from these other films. And of course, I love that Batman one.
I'm be honest since you said it.
Yeah.
I think majority of the DC suits is better than like most of the Marvel suits. And when the Aquaman suit from Aquaman, bro, the quality of that, I was like, dang, this is probably some of the best like superhero suits I've ever seen in a while. Just in general, Man of Steel suit, the BVS suit, Wonder Woman suit. Well, depends which one. My favorite is the 84 suit because the colors, even though it's the same suit as the Wonder Woman one, but I appreciate the just the design of it. Even DC right now, to me, DC always had the better suits in my opinion. Marvel has some good suits, don't get me wrong, but DC suits just have better quality to them.
Yeah, there's because I feel like they're spending a lot of money on these costume designers on here. You know what I'm saying? They're going all out on these. Because, you know, if this Flash movie works, like, this will be your Flash suit for like the preceding films. You know what I'm saying? Like, that will be what it looks like if this works out. And I love the way this looks. Like just the way the lining is and stuff. It looks very liquid. You know, like a like T2. You know.
Well, it looks like a bunch of like you see the little. It looks like conductors inside the inside under the. Looks like conductors under the shell of the armor.
Like a coil.
Like like you said, it looks like a gel. I think this is going to be a skin tight futuristic suit. It's not going to be very metallic, not too much metal and stuff like obviously on Ezra's suit in Zack Snyder Justice League, because I think he does need to go back to a suit that's more skin tight, not spandex or nothing, but a skin tight suit that still looks like it can probably deflect the bullet, like Ben Affleck's suit. It's literally it's not even armor. It's not really armor. It's just it's I don't know what type of material it is, but it's not like a bunch of metal armor and stuff on the suit.
And it's not spandex. It's like
spandex.
It's a skin tight rubber suit, and which makes it interesting about the Batman suit, because this does. I mean, we only see the chest piece, right? But it kind of looks like exactly what Tim Burton had in those old movies. Like, so I wonder how much they're going to stick to that, or are they going to retrofit it and make it more modern, where he can like turn his neck and stuff. Like, are they going to change everything about it? Yeah.
I'll be okay with the if they go full in with doing a modification of it to keep what makes the Michael Keaton suit great, like the logo, especially the logo with the yellow and stuff. But I feel like at most they're gonna have it so he can turn his neck. Now, if they want to be nostalgic, give him the same suit, modified and stuff so he can fit it, but keep it to where he can't turn his neck or for nostalgia. But what would be nice for them to do in this film, it wouldn't be so meta, but it would be nice if you have a scene where Michael Keaton actually makes a comment about how he couldn't use to turn his neck in the suit, and now once he developed more technology, he developed a way to actually turn his neck and stuff with better materials. Not as a joke, but like just a nod. Just a nod.
I used to have a stiffer suit. That's what he said.
Right. No, it's like I used to have a stiff suit, couldn't turn my neck, had trouble, but got better over time. Now I can't.
But there's blood on it. Whose blood is it?
And see,
is this movie gonna be rated R?
Yeah, because this reminded me so much of the comedian's button from Watchmen. Now I was thinking, since this is a movie about Flashpoint time travel and stuff, I wouldn't be surprised, but do you think we're going to get some I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I feel like there's going to be so much in this film. I feel like there's going to be something Watchmen related in this movie. Because we're getting Supergirl, because I don't know, this is very much similar to how the comedian's pin, the smiley face with the blood on it.
Yeah, straight up. Like human beings.
It's like a similar shot. It's a similar thing.
Oh yeah, man. Maybe they do. Maybe like Flash is going through these different parallel realities, and he comes across that Watchmen world. You see it for like a second, that'd be fine. I mean, I don't know how you'd make a movie where they're in the Watchmen universe for the whole movie. Probably not, but I could see them doing like a little flash of like the Watchmen universe and like Superman 79 or what was it 78. You know what I'm saying? You see a flash of that world, and like you see a flash of like the CW verse. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll see flashes of every different DC universe.
I believe Grant Gustin for sure is going to be in this too.
That was a big rumor too. Like he's going to be cameoing in the movie. They
already did it on the show. For sure a cameo, because even when Ezra cameoed into Flash, which I say is probably the best way to ramp up teasing this film, doing that crossover. Out of all the choices WB made, that decision to do that, to get hype for Flashpoint, was genius. Having both the flashes of the films and TV universe meet, confirming that they're connected. Yeah, they're connected to a multiverse. That pretty much confirmed they're all connected to a multiverse.
That was a big moment.
And I think with this movie, we're going to get teases of Static Shock, Blue Beetle, Zatanna. I think this film is just going to be, honestly, one big film to tease what's coming and
Exactly.
get what's new started and jump started.
I completely agree. And the Supergirl thing, definitely like 100% in this movie. There was a rumor that she's also in Shazam. She's going to cameo in Shazam. So that's going to be something they set up more as the Shazam world. I see them doubling down on that because, they got a bunch of big actors like The Rock in there and stuff. And people like the first movie. Anybody that watches the Shazam movie liked it. Like nobody says they hate it unless they haven't seen it. You know what I'm saying? That's what it feels like. And a lot of people didn't see it. Yeah, but
I see Shazam to make a lot of money, but people may not care a lot about Rotten Tomatoes opinions, but it is one of the few DC films with like a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. So people liked it. People critically liked it.
Pretty liked it. And there was something about Flash. If the movie fails, let's say a Flash movie fails, how does that set back DC for the years to come here? Does that set them back at all, or does it completely destroy all their future plans? If this movie comes out, it's a complete disaster.
They're pretty much fucked because like the issue right now is like the connectivity of the universe that they're trying to build. Like we already have problems with trying to build one universe and stuff making sense, stuff being cohesive and working right. Flashpoint is literally being used to soft reboot, hard reboot, whatever, soft reboot. You can call it whatever.
I like to go with soft reboot because they're taking these designs. Yeah.
So it's a soft reboot. And if they screw up this time, because this is them trying to let the world know we're starting over. We're doing something different. They don't have no more chances. Because at the end of the day, it's going to take them years until people can like stop roasting them and literally making a joke out of them until they can fix this again. Like stuff like Justice League. It's probably another 5-6 years until we see another Justice League again.
Yeah,
it's going to be a while because they effed up the first time. It's going to be a while until we see Batman and Superman on screen together again in a movie. It's going to be a while because they botched it the first time with how people received it. They messed it up. Yeah. Flashpoint at least has to be above average. I'm not saying it needs to be A+ or B+. It needs to be above average. It's got to be for C+ at best. I don't care. It's got to be above average.
It's got to be a big event film that people go to the theaters in masses here to see Michael Keaton or something. You know what I'm saying? Even if the movie's writing will not make sense, as long as they can get the general audience to love it, because that's what's important right now. Getting the general audience to like it. If the general audience is against it, let's say I like it. And I'll be in a minority of people. If the general audience like, oh, Flashpoint sucked. This doesn't make any sense. I don't even know where this is going. This film has a lot of explaining, making sense of. That's why this is the same person. This same person wrote Bumblebee. I'm a little worried because I did not like Bumblebee. I did not like Bumblebee. First 5 minutes of Bumblebee was great, but the rest of that movie, writing wise and stuff, like, oh my gosh, blow my brains out. But I'm worried about the writer because the writing of the film is going to. It has to be solid, somewhat solid, because everybody's going to be paying attention to how this is going to reboot the old stuff and make sense of the new stuff and make sense of how the future is going to be. Because people are wondering, what are they going to keep? What are they going to get rid of? And this movie has to make sense of that. And the movie's got to be good. I mean, I think the movie has to be good. You have to have a decent storyline with the movie in itself that people can watch it on its own and stuff like that. They won't have to watch all the old films, but yeah, that's a lot they got to accomplish. It's just a lot. I feel like the studio, they need to know like how like fragile this movie is, like how easily this could fall apart.
That's why I'm even worried about the runtime. I'll be honest. I think a film like this may have to be 3 hours.
Yeah,
because you gotta explain it.
Yeah,
with the amount of cameos, and this is another thing. Ezra Miller has to stand out too.
Yeah. I mean,
Ezra
he was
Miller,
all right in Justice League. He was all right. I wouldn't say he was like a big standout. I didn't even like him in Zack Snyder's Justice League that much. Like he was just like you could have put any actor in that role. It would have been the same fucking thing.
Yeah. Like as an actor, he didn't do nothing to like go like, wow, this is Barry Allen. Like he didn't do that for me in that role. Like this is his chance where he's going to stand alone, and we're going to see if he can handle a film on his own and show us if he can be Barry Allen. That's why I even feel Andy Muschietti might do a 180 on his character, like kind of tweak it a little bit, keep a little bit of what Zack Snyder did, but do a 180 in a sense with the character. You know,
I liked It as well. That movie, you know, Muschietti's last film, It, Chapter 2. I like those movies. I thought those movies were fine. I thought he did a good job balancing all those characters and stuff. Maybe that's why he got this role, because those films are like tons of characters in them. We have like 7 different main characters in those It films.
I prefer It 1 over 2. That it was the ending of It 2 where I was like, I want to go see it original.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like that's probably why he got this job. And it's funny how many horror people are getting jobs on these DC superhero movies, because even one of the kids from It is in the Shazam films. He plays Freddy, and the director of the Shazam also is a horror director.
Yeah.
So you know, tons of horror talent making these movies. So you know that's a little concerning, because it's not like the horror movies are bad, but they're not standout films that are like, oh my god, like these are the greatest films of all time. Like Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. Did you see that? Like, that's not the greatest movie of all time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all right, it's passable. And that's why
I haven't seen the first Conjuring. I'm not scared of ghost stuff, but ghost stuff does not interest me. I'm more into creature horror flicks, not like ghost stuff. Ghost board.
I feel like the movies haven't touched that first Conjuring movie since like I think James Wan did the first Conjuring. Solid fucking film. So, you know, my hopes are you know kind of high for Flash, but they shouldn't be, because this movie could be a complete disaster. And if it is,
if it's a disaster, it'll probably be set back at least 3 years at most.
I mean, look what happened when we had one bad Green Lantern film. When's the last time you saw Green Lantern? You know what I'm saying? One bad Green Lantern film, you're done. You know? Yeah.
Did the animated show come out after that bad?
It came out the same year. I think it came out the same year. It only got one season. So, you know, it was a great show. I highly recommend everybody watch it.
With Warner Brothers, and this is the thing, is they're going to do it once they mess up with something. And they've been doing this for a while. I mean, they've been doing it for a while with the Joe Schumacher Batman movies. When Batman started, the Batman movies started becoming bad, and you got Batman and Robin and stuff. We didn't get another Batman movie until like 2005.
Yeah, it was like a decade later. Yeah. So
like if they mess up, they're just best believe they're going to take a break. They will try again, but it's going to be a couple years until they try again. So you're going to be waiting a lot for them to do something with. They've proven it with Superman. When Superman messes up, it's going to take them a while to give us another Superman. It will take them years to do it, because Warner Brothers cannot handle criticism when it comes to DC stuff. When it comes to DC stuff, they do not know how to handle the fans.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of the ways they could handle the fans is just by sticking to one idea of where you want to go, and like ignore the fans almost. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you want to appease them by being comic accurate, but follow through with something. That's all I can. Do something.
Prove to us you can at least get one thing right at a time. Because this is the thing what they're doing with Flash, and it makes sense. They're doing this. They're doing what the CW is doing. Mm-hmm. When Flash and Arrow and stuff started connecting, and the multiverse started happening, you got all these multiverse crossovers. You can bring in all these different characters and have them connect. It's have them connect through that way, not just they live in the same city and they just connect. What they're gonna do with these is this is going to be their testing grounds. They're going to be doing their beta testing. they're doing this multiverse because I think, as Walter and them said, we want to appeal to everybody. We want to give everybody their own thing. We want to give everybody what they want. So that's why they did the multiverse, so they can give everybody what they want. But the thing about that is, not saying the multiverse is not a plan, not saying it's not nothing cohesive, but that's not. It just feels messy to me. It doesn't feel like we have a plan to build within the universe where, and just do small connections like, Superman lives here, Wonder Woman lives over here in this city. Not Superman is in this multiverse and Wonder Woman from this multiverse comes here. It's like, that's cool and all. Even in the multiverse in Marvel and DC is cool, but you don't see Batman from Earth 59 crossing over to meet Batman Earth 3 when they do connected comics and stuff. They'll usually keep it within the same universe, and characters from that universe connect, not multiverse connections. Not saying that's not cool, but it's not something you want to like bank on as going to always work, because it's at some point you can't do that, because CW pretty much already did that. And they're doing it with the movies. I'm not saying they can't do it, but it's like the CW already did the multiverse stuff. Just go back to the basics. Just do what the comics do. Start small, and then you get big. Start small, then you go big. That's all you got to do. Literally all you got to do.
The whole reason they came up with the multiverse is just to explain away all the plot inconsistencies with all the stories and stuff like that. I mean, there's just a lazy way to fix that. And you're right. Like when they do a different universe in the comics, like the New 52 or the 52 that came before, it's its own universe. That's a separate thing. And then when they reboot it, do something else, that becomes a new universe or something like that. It's like,
and they keep all the connections within that universe. Yeah, they have some stories where like someone from this other universe will come attack people in this universe, but you see those every once in a while. It's not something they bank on in every issue when they do connect characters together and do those crossover events.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, is there any other things you want to talk about here? I feel like, yeah.
All right, I want to ask you this. Be honest. Do you think Reverse Flash should be the villain of this movie? Because this is my thing.
If he's not, I'm walking out.
Yeah, like I'm okay with them tweaking. They're doing their own thing with their Flashpoint, but you need to have Barry and Reverse Flash for me. Like, you got to at least have these two in the movie. They got Barry. You need to have Reverse Flash, Eobard Thawne, and I want Tony Stark to play Reverse Flash. That's who I want. The villain of this film better be Reverse Flash. That's all I'm saying. It better be Reverse Flash. No one else. Reverse Flash. You got to at least keep those two main things. I mean, they're already keeping most of the basics. Flashpoint, Barry, the whole thing with his mom, because they was talking about that at Fandom. So his mom is going to be a part of this story. The whole thing about mothers, which makes sense. They just need to make sure they have Reverse Flash, and I'm good. Just Reverse Flash better be the villain.
If we're going back to his mother's death, that's Reverse Flash doing that. So like, you got to. I know they're going to keep a secret for a while, but like at some point we're going to see behind the set photos of something, because I think they start shooting, or they already started shooting.
No, they already started. They already started. They're in the midst of shooting.
Yeah.
Do you remember those rumors of them saying like the female Reverse Flash and possibly Mirror Master being the villain? Do you remember those rumors?
Yeah, I remember those. I remember the Mirror Master ones, which, I don't know how they have time for that shit. Honestly, how do you have time for all this? Because there's no way they're going to make a 3-hour movie. There's no way. Especially I don't think solo film.
I don't think it will be. I mean, in my opinion, it should be 3 hours because you have a lot of explaining to do. Just make it well fleshed out. I think it most will be 2 hours 50 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm betting. 2 hours.
That's 3 hours. That might as well be 3 hours right there. Test 10 minutes. But 2 hours 20 minutes. I think that's gonna be. We should make a betting pool. Whoever's closer gets.
I'll go 2 hour 30. I'll go 2 hour 30s. 2 hour 30.
I'll
I'll
go
go
2 hours and 29. Okay.
All right, man. Hey, man. I'll put $5 on it.
$100. Okay.
I'll give 2 hours 30. It can't be anything less than 2.
Yeah. But anyway, that's the Flash.
Shout out to the Flash. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm worried, but I'm excited. I think this is, out of all the recent DC stuff that I've been excited for, I'm excited for this. Like, I'm willing to give this a chance. I'm giving it a chance. I just want to see what they can do. I'm not putting all my faith into it because if Warner Brothers messes up again, I mean, hey, there's still other stuff I like. I mean, I still got my anime, so I can go there and be an anime leech for a while. Yes. But even if Warner Brothers messes up, I'm still not going to stop watching DC stuff. You know,
I'm watching the animated film Long Halloween. It's next week, right? No, 4 days that comes out.
Dude, I need to catch up on freaking Justice Society World War II. I did not start that yet. I need to watch it. Also need to watch Long Halloween because all part of the new universe. Well, I think Long Halloween is because I don't think Long Halloween lines up with the Man of Tomorrow movie. Because Long Halloween looks like it plays back in Prohibition because there was Tommy guns and stuff in the trailer. And Superman Man of Tomorrow looks more up to date with modern day.
I hope they don't feel like they have to tie it in. Every movie has to tie it together. You know what I'm saying? Just take these graphic novels and just make a good movie out of it. Like they did with The Dark Knight Returns, you know.
Dude, I need to see. I want to see a Kingdom Come animated adaptation. I don't know why they have not done a Kingdom Come animated adaptation. Lantern. I brought this up. I remember I did a stream with this guy a while back, and you remember the Arkham Origins trailer? The CGI trailers.
Yeah,
Warner Brothers can literally give us like DCAU movies just like that CGI, and you get a Kingdom Come CGI animated, CGI film. I think they should dive into that. It's a different type of medium.
A theatrical release for those too. I go see them in theaters.
I'll watch them because the thing is, you don't have to worry about if an actor needs to be there. It don't matter. You just gotta cast someone with a good voice. You're good. We don't have to worry about actors aging and stuff. Boom.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying make all the film CGI. I'm just saying they can put those out. They can put some out here and there. Especially since they're doing a multiverse, we can get these type of movies in this multiverse that they're building now for these films.
Yeah.
Because it's a multiverse.
Yeah, man. Multiverse. Anything could happen. You could put Indiana Jones in this DC universe. It all makes sense. It's a multiverse. They can do whatever they want. Let's put Star Wars in the DC and Marvel together. I feel like that's going to happen one day. I feel like DC and Marvel are going to cross over one day.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I remember I watched this Phineas and Ferb special, and literally like all these Marvel characters showed up in this Phineas and Ferb special episode. Mm-hmm. It was background time when Marvel just bought. No. Yeah, it was background when Disney just bought Marvel, and they started, doing like crossovers and stuff into their animated stuff, and I was like, oh gosh, they're getting into it. But they lightened up on it recently. They haven't done it in a while with a lot of their products. But I think companies need to capitalize on that crossovers.
Yeah,
they're literally doing a Predators and Aliens crossover with their comics now.
Yeah,
with the Marvel character, capitalize on it.
Yeah, and they did that. They did that in DC too. I think Batman fought a Predator or Alien in a book. I forget what it was called, Batman versus Alien or something like that. It's happened before. They'll do anything for a dime.
If I remember correctly, didn't Batman beat up the Predator with a bat? No, the Predator beat him. Yeah, he lost to the Predator. In that story. The Predator was too physically too strong, beat the shit out of him. Batman, it got so bad, Batman had to pick up a stick and beat him up with a stick, and the stick didn't work. Shouts out Batman though. He tried, but he got his ass.
Yeah. Well, thank you for the people that came in and out during the stream. I hope they got something out of that. James Mangold for the win. Don't prejudge movies too harshly before they come out, because if we do that with Flash, we got some, we could point out a lot of bad things about that before that movie comes out. I bet.
Yeah. Look, we can all pick apart a movie, but we don't need to pick apart every single movie. Some movies do need to be picked apart, especially how it depends how people hype it up and gas it up. I'll give an example. Cyberpunk 2077. I swear there were so many people on Twitter. Cyberpunk 2077 is going to be game of the year. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
When it came out, people started literally picking at the game because there was so much issues with it that it's like, this game is going to get picked apart. You guys hyped it up. You gassed it up. We're about to pick this shit apart because you people was hyping it up. We're about to see if this is a masterpiece, as you say. And guess what? That masterpiece was a piece of shit.
Yeah, unplayable. A lot of it. Yeah. I gotta wait till PS5 to play it. Why'd you put it on PS4, you motherfuckers? Like,
you might have to wait until it's gonna take them a whole year to fix it. To fix it. Everybody's in beta testing with the game right now.
Yeah, they should have been crunching on that more. And people complain about the crunching. They should have been crunching on that. Get that fixed. But yeah, we should do a whole game podcast because I have a lot of fucking video game opinions.
Hey, we should do one. We should do one for the E3.
Yes.
E3 recap. I watched it. If you want to save for a stream, I can give you some thoughts. But if you want to save for a stream, that's fine with me.
Let's save for a stream. Let's save for a stream. What are you doing this weekend? We could probably do it this weekend.
You want to do it Saturday, Sunday?
Saturday's the only day because Sunday's Father's Day and stuff like that, I think, isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah, I think it is. No, it's not.
I'm down Saturday. Let me know anytime Saturday, and I'm down.
Yeah, man. I'll keep you posted on that. I got to watch a few more things from E3. I didn't see Microsoft's press conference yet, so I got to watch that. I watched the Ubisoft and the other ones, but yeah, I got to watch Microsoft's. I'm just saying, I'm a PS pony. I'm a PS pony, okay? I want my PlayStation. I want my Uncharted's. I want my Ratchet and Clanks.
PlayStation was ghost this E3. I wonder what happened.
They got nothing. They got nothing out there.
They got nothing to show. I'm just saying this. Xbox didn't show much. I'll be honest. This E3, they didn't show much of nothing. It was kind of an underwhelming E3, but we'll talk about it. It wasn't bad, but it was just underwhelming. It was not like, woo. It was underwhelming. Yeah. But Xbox and Bethesda stole the show. They stole the show.
Starfield is an exclusive for Xbox, and I'm very distraught over that. Well, yeah, it's going to be on PC, so, I guess we get on PC. But, yeah, man, thanks for joining. Thanks for the people watching, and we'll see y'all later. The next one. Yep. Some video game coverage.
Hope y'all catch us on the replay. Like, comment, subscribe. Show this man some love.
All right. Peace out. We're restarting the channel here. Here we go. Bye-bye, guys.
Deuces.